Hola, hola. Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Wisdom Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. And today, as you can see,
Special guest time.
have a special guest, my dear husband, Christian.
Very special guest time.
Yes. Today, the reason I decided to have him is because something so powerful happened this week in our relationship, and I feel that if we can share this message with other couples, other people that are in relationships or not, because it's just the power of relationship. You don't have to like be together as husband and wife or anything like that, or wife as wife or husband as husband either. It's just relationships in general. When you hold the love, it's amazing the miracles that happen. Hi, Yogi Renee. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
So as everybody starts to come in, I just wanted to go ahead and tune in and just give over this live to Spirit to guide it. So let's just go ahead and close our eyes if you can. If not, just take a moment to just be. Just be with this moment, be with love, be in the presence. We're just so grateful and thankful for the opportunity to join via live stream this morning. As we commit to creating the good, the holy, and the beautiful, we give over and get out of our own way and allow Spirit to run the show through Christian with his divine insights, as myself and every single one of you that are watching this right now. We're in this together. To teach is to demonstrate. If you can, you just go ahead and put your hand on your heart as we just tune in and say to ourselves, I am love and I am willing. Amen, 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 amen. Thank you. Woo! Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here live.
It's nice to do these little prayers. I really appreciate it.
You like it? Thank you. Yes.
Because I feel, we live in a society where we just, jump into things right away instead of tuning in a moment. It'd be interesting to see that in a business meeting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And for me, it's just giving it over to Spirit, because I feel that I want to create the space for Spirit to be able to speak through you, through me, and our inner wisdom, and also just create the energy. It's like the energy vortex of this meeting, because this meeting has like this energy level, and now we just set it up. So guess what's going to happen? It's going to be epic. Hola, Antonio. Gracias por estar aquí. As you guys come in, please just say hi. And just join in on the conversation. Let us know what you think. Hi, Carol. Thanks for being here. So Chris and I, we're going to make this a little power.
Let's go.
Let's do it, because then we're going to go in Spanish after, right after.
Come on. Let's jump in.
After en español. Así que, so let's start. So I just wanted to kind of bring up real quick about the power of when someone brings down their barriers and just basically chooses love.
Let's do story time.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to start the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to give a little background about the story. So what happens is Christian, he grew up in a culture, German culture, of where not everybody's like this, I don't want to generalize, but very strict. And not only that, just perfection, the power you have to be very perfect, which is amazing. But at the same time, it's very hard, because sometimes it's hard for him to receive, input on something or to do something. And it's just very hard for him to receive that. And I just want to honor him for even bringing up or being able to talk about this on camera, because I know that this is something that we're still working on together, and he's still working on allowing people to help him to receive, guidance on something or whatever you need to do. So, so that's the backstory on that. So we went to the beach, and I told him, when we get home, from the beach, please, I'll take care of Ari.
When was that? Last Thursday, I think?
I think like a week ago.
Last Thursday. We went to the beach. And, so we pack our things, ready to go, come home. And we drive back from, what was the beach?
Pacific Palisades.
Pacific Palisades. So we drive back to our home here in LA, and we are just about in the driveway, and Maria's like, so when we get in, can you please, and I immediately like cut her off because I hate when she does that. I don't like to be micromanaged. Like that's one of the most, like that's the worst things you can do for a perfectionist. Don't tell me what to do. I tell you what to do, but you don't tell me what to do, okay? Mm-hmm. So I cut her off, and she couldn't really say whatever it is she wanted to say. And that's not the first time that happens. It happens all the time because for me it's just hard to listen to whatever she wants to say sometimes when I feel, because I immediately personalize that and take it as a criticism.
Well, it makes you feel, you should say, like, it makes him feel stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes him feel stupid.
Criticized.
Yeah.
So I park the car and we come up. Maria takes care of Ari and I bring the stuff up, which is probably what she wanted to have done. So yeah, brought the stuff up. It was super hot. We're all exhausted from the beach. We have sand everywhere in our ears and our nose. So first thing I do is I take a shower. And then, was it after shower? It was after shower. Yeah, I finished my shower. I felt Maria, I don't know, I just felt her energy. She wasn't in a good mood. And I was like, I'm just gonna get in front of my laptop and bury myself and hide myself behind the screen
in the room. Yeah.
And so I went to the sleeping room and just sat down on the bed with my laptop. And then she came in and she started yelling at me out of nowhere.
Okay, but let me say my part.
Yeah, please.
So when he comes in, he puts his stuff in. And this is important. This is really important because I feel like I had like this whole thing like just revealed itself to me. Like I didn't know this was happening. That I didn't feel heard or seen in the relationship in this area of when I want to share of like certain things that would be nice and helpful to be done a certain way so that things just work better around the house, But
So what did she say?
I felt like I never had a voice.
Tell the story. Don't talk about the concept.
Well,
tell the story.
Well, what I did was that I went to the bathroom and I screamed inside, the towel because I saw that, the bags were just there and he hadn't done anything. And then I got the epiphany that I had is, of course, he didn't do it the way that I had requested he do it. And I was going to take care of Ari. The reason he didn't do it is because he didn't fucking hear me. He didn't hear me. He didn't hear me say, babe, I want you to take this out. I want you to put it like this, please, blah, blah, blah. He didn't fucking hear me. So I was so mad. I was so mad that that's the reason he didn't do it. But it was so great at the same time because it was a blind spot for me of, wow, he doesn't do the things the way that I would like them to be done because he doesn't fucking let me talk. Every time I say, babe, do this, he's like, no, I got it. I'll do it. He actually says, I'll do it. I'll take care of it, right? So I got so mad and I went into the room and then what happened?
Well, she came into the room and she was accusing me that, you didn't put away. You brought out the bags, which is, in the man's mind, that's what it means to, I'll take care of the things. I'll bring it up. No worries.
And then I'll sit it next to the door, and then that's it.
And then she saw it next to the door, and then the salad is still in there, and it's rotting, and all the other stuff. And I was like, babe, why didn't you listen when I wanted to talk? You didn't listen. So I was like, well,
thank you for the hearts, guys.
What's going on? What can I do for you? Well, I want you to put the salad in the fridge because it's gonna go bad. And blah, blah, blah. And then for 5 minutes, she's like, put the chips right there with the clip on top so they ain't get soggy.
Hold on. And then I was like, but the reason, I get it, Christian, I get it. The reason that you don't put this away the way I want is because you don't fucking hear me with the instructions. You always say, yeah, I'll take care of it. You don't have to tell me what to do. So this is really important in relationships. And I'm not saying like just relationships with partners. I'm saying relationships with our friends, with everyone, of being able to be heard and seen, and if you're not being heard and seen, to speak up about it. And I feel like I needed to show up like this, so nasty and so like, it wasn't even nasty. It was just very passionate because I'm Cuban and I was like, on fire about it. But let me tell you this moment. I want to say this moment because this moment was so beautiful and it tells you.
Don't get away yet. What happened then?
Oh, I'm going to say it. Okay, so we're in the room, and then all of a sudden...
First thing, I hear her out. I was also like, I was in a good space. I wasn't really stressed out. I was very kind of like in my center. I just took a shower, and she's just yelling at me. I'm just like, okay, all I have to do right now is just not say anything. So I just sit there on the bed.
He didn't say a word while I'm having my tantrum. He didn't say a word.
I didn't say one word. I just let her finish, let her talk out, let her finish. And then I just sit there after she's done in silence and think, what should I say? And I got the insight just not to say anything, you know. And then she keeps on talking, she keeps on rambling and rambling. I was like, no, give her space. She needs to be done with her thing. There's nothing to fix, nothing to do, nothing to say. So once she's done, she's kind of like transitioning into, well, this is the way I wanted it to be done. And then I was like, well, you know, how can I help you? Like, what can I do for you? I was like, usually, you know, sometimes there's a difference between people pleasing and just being like doing what you want to do. But in this case, I clearly got the insight to just like be with her, like be the love for her, you know, to show her that you're there for her, you care for her, and you put away the salad, you know, behind the bottles and put the chips in the third, you know, cupboard to the left of the right plate or something like that.
But was beautiful that moment, and this is the whole point of this live and for the inspiration. And thank you guys for the hearts. We're receiving them. We see so many of you on here. Thank you. Rosalind says women know best. Thank you, Renee. I'm happy you're liking the live. We thought we wanted to do something special and nice for people.
Yeah, it's fun.
So in that moment when he said, I was in that moment, and I was so not upset. I felt like after I asked Spirit, why did it even show up that way? And it was because I needed to express it that way because it was so bottled up. I felt like I was walking on eggshells and I could never say how I would love things to be done. And it was hard. So all that emotion came out, and what my beautiful husband did, it was so beautiful when I was like crying and I was like, I feel like I'm not seen in this relationship. I feel like I'm not heard. I feel like I can't tell you what I would like because I feel like you shut me down and that you don't want to receive my help, and I want to be able to help you into whatever. And then he said to me, I would like for things to be done like this when I got here. And then it was like silence, and he said, okay, show me, how do you want it? Show me, how do you want me to do it? And I was like in shock, because he could have said, you know what, get out of here, you know, you're too emotional, you know, fuck it, I'm not going to do it, whatever. He could have, his ego could have been, the Course in Miracles says, in your defenselessness, your safety lies. And that's what he did. He didn't defend himself. He heard me out, and he said, how can I serve you? What can I do? Like, how do you want it? I was like, what the fuck? That's so radical. And then me, instead of being like, I'll take care of it, right, ladies? I could have been like, no, don't worry, I'll handle it now, right? To like kind of show him, no, that's not the way things work here, because that's what the ego wants us to do. And we want to transform our relationships and be more of the content of love, right? So he goes ahead, he says, show me. And I go, okay, come on, I'll show you how I like it. So we went to the living room, and I showed him exactly how I wanted it. I said, I would like this here, I would like this there. And he did it, and it felt so good. And I know that I always talk about don't make things matter, don't make things real. But guys, come on, we live in a world, and it just functions better when things are a little bit tidier. So he puts everything away, and I felt after that, wow, that's the power of love. That's the power of the stuff I teach here. And what I love to teach is when you choose love, and how that helps the vibrational field of the other person. It's like, and also spirit, when you start to connect to spirit, you allow spirit to speak through the other person. Like literally, I personally, I feel I created that moment of being able to have spirit speak through Christian and raise us both up. Does that make sense? Wasn't that huge?
Yeah.
And after, he comes to me to the couch after like 5 minutes, and he said, what is it that you said? You said, babe, thank you.
I said, well, you know, thank you, honey, for like digging into your truth and like just sharing with me what you felt, that you can't talk to me, and because I want her to be expressed, and I want her to be fulfilled in this relationship, and I want her to be able to speak to me that way, whatever that surfaces, as mean, as, you know, whatever, as a passionate Cuban, doesn't matter. Because I want her to be able to be the most expressed truth that she is. And so I acknowledge her for saying that to me, instead of just stuffing it down or just do it inside of myself. You know what I mean? It's good if we are true to ourselves and with our partner.
Also, didn't it feel like when you said to me, thank you for saying that, because it's like, it's something that's been ongoing in our relationship, and it needed to show up like that, so like rough, because it was just constant. It's like, it was kind of like I shook him up a little bit, because I was like, dude, you know, fuck, like, let me speak to you. Let me tell you to put, you know, the thing on the third drawer. And if you don't like it, just tell me, but at least let me have, you know, the freedom in the relationship to speak and to. So I feel that Christian and I were able to have a huge healing there, because we both got out of our own way. We chose love and let go of what the ego would say is the highest and best, which usually isn't.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, I hope you got something out of this live. We have to go ahead and go in Spanish.
And the moral of the story is happy wife, happy life. No, I love it. I mean, there's so many components that play into that. You know, I could have been, if I wouldn't have taken a shower, I might have not been that relaxed to sit there and just listen to her. I would have just reacted and, I don't know, just said, well, instead of like standing there for 5 minutes telling me how you want things, why don't you just go and do it themselves, you know? But that was not the purpose of this conversation. It was just to like hear out, be there, listen, and just not react. And I think for me, the biggest learning is like listen to your partner. And number two is to just like, the best reaction sometimes is no reaction at all. Because if I would have said one word, she would have just gone more mad or more deeper into something. So yeah, it is truly an honor that we had that lesson together, and it needed to surface up in that rough way, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten it, you know? So
I like that. That's what I was trying to say. Like, that's also the message here, is like, it wouldn't have landed, because it's a way that he is all the time, like consistent. And like, babe, I would love this like this. You're like, I got it. You know, I'll do it. Don't worry. You know, so he saw that for himself, that he didn't realize that he was even being that way. And we do so many things unconsciously in our relationships that aren't helpful, you know. So.
And now we do a conscious dance.
Conscious dance? What do you mean?
I don't know, we just dance a song.
Babe, don't make a sound. The way I'm low, gotta keep it down. Don't wait around for what's even now. Give me some verb, I ain't tipping down. You wanna ride in the six, you wanna down in the six. You wanna leave for the kiss. You said I'll probably take you some.
Hell no.
Been waiting too long. Hell no. I want that cool love. Hell no. Been waiting too long. Hell no. I want that cool love. Body in my, losing all my innocence. 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 Body in my. Just hit the pedal, but things go wrong, it's incidental. My bad, I forgot the memo. You never have fun while you're in the limo. Yeah, you wanna ride in six. Ride in six. You wanna leave with a kiss. You said I'll probably take you some bits. I'm like, hell no. Been waiting too long. I've been waiting. Hell no. I want that cruel love. Hell no. Been waiting too long. Hell no. I want that cruel love. Body in my, losing all my innocence. Body in my, woo! Body in my, losing all my innocence. Body in my.
All right, everybody.
Yo, you better get your dance in today, because it's setting some shit free, yo.
Yep. You know what it is, guys. Listen, when you dance, it really brings out the happy.
You forget about everything else.
Remember, guys, what we talked about today, just
Peace out.
Bring the love. Bring the love, and what happens? You bring the love, and what
I
happens?
don't know. You bring the love and you bring the love.
And you bring the love. Bye, guys.